Hello there, and welcome in this new video on tense, aspect, and mood. What is tense? Tense is the relationship between the form of the verb and the parts of time. I mean the past, present, and future. So the relationship between the part of time, which is past, and the verb is called tense. In order to understand these parts, in order to understand what is past, what's present, and what's the future, we need a linguistic form to refer to this part of time. So when I say, for example, gave refers to the past time. So the relationship between the form of the verb and the part of time is called what? Tense. So the tense of gave is past. Why? Because the form of this verb has a relationship to the part of time, which is called what? Past. And this is tense, which is the relationship between the form of the verb and the part of time. Give and gives, for example, the tense of give and gives is a present. So why? Because there is a relationship between the form of the verb and the part of time. So the form of this verb give or gives has a relationship to this part of time. So we use give for present, and this is called the present tense. And also we have a relationship between the form of the verb will give and this part of time, which is called future. So we say will give is a future because there is a relationship between the form will give and this part of time, future, so on and so forth. Aspect. Aspect is the temporal structure of an event. Simply, it is the answer to the question, how much time do we have, or how much time does the verb cover. So, for example, when I say I did my work, and of course you will understand that I have done my work, and my work, it is in the past now. So I'm not going to do it, so I'm not doing it right now. So all what you understand from this form is that my work has been done, so it is in the past. In this way we say that this work is completed, and it has no progression. The action is not continuous. So the aspect of this form, which is did, is non-progressive. In order to understand non-progressive, we need to understand the progressive. So for example, when I say I'm doing my work, which is the present continuous, and of course you understand that when saying I'm doing my work, it means that I'm doing my work right now. You can see me doing my work. In this way, there is a continuity, there is a progression within the event or within the action. In this way, doing is a progressive because there is continuity, and you can see that I'm doing my work. And simply, the structure verb to be plus ing is progressive because there is continuity, or the action is continuous, and you can see that I'm doing my action. However, when we don't have verb to be plus ing, the verb or the aspect is non-progressive. Of course, there are some exceptions. So simply, aspect is progressive or non-progressive. Progressive aspect is the continuity or the verb to be plus ing, and non-progressive is the completed work, or we can say no verb to be and no ing form. So an action that's progressive, verb to be plus ing, is called progressive aspect. For example, is doing is progressive because there is continuity of the action. Was doing is also progressive because the action is continuous. Will be doing is also progressive. So once we have verb to be plus ing, of course there are some exceptions, we say this is progressive aspect. Any other structure, any other tense is non-progressive. For example, I did my work is non-progressive. I have done my work is non-progressive. I will do my work is also non-progressive. Simply, we don't have verb to be and ing, so it is non-progressive. And then we have the mood. The mood is simply the grammar of the way speaker view the reality of the word, or how do they express their attitude. So, for example, if I am cautious about something, I need, a grammatical structure to show my anxiety, to show, my, ability to do something. So simply mood is the grammar of the attitude or the reality of the world, or the way the speaker view the reality or express their attitudes. So mood is the answer to the question, how could speakers express their attitudes and views of the word in a grammar? That's it. For example, so when I say I can, you see I can, simply the modal verb can refers to the ability to do things. So the mood of this action is ability. Why ability? Because I use the modal verb can, which refers to the attitude of the speaker, that he is able to do the action. For example, I will, which refers to the possibility. For example, I can say I will do my work, maybe I will not. So will here refers to the possibility or probability. So the mood of this action is probability, and at the same time it's possibility, because will refers to an action that is going or is not going to be done by the speaker. So the mood is the grammar of the attitude of the speaker. So if you want to express your ability, you can say I can. If you want to express your the possibility or probability of doing an action, you can say I will. If you want to express the obligation for doing something, you say I shall. If you want to express the impossibility of doing an action, you say I might. And of course, within English there are three main kinds of moods. We have the indicative mood, which is to present the facts or statements, like questions. We have the imperative mood, which is to request information, do something, open something, close something, write something. And we have the subjective mood, which is to indicate the hypothetical wishes. For example, I wish I do something, or if you do that you will have this, so on and so forth. So again, tense is the relationship between the form of the verb and the part of time, and this relationship refers to the tense. So the relationship between gave and past is called the tense. So the tense of gave is past because it refers to this part of time. Aspect is the continuity of the verb or the action, whether the verb or the action is completed or not completed. So any completed action or any completed event is called non-progressive or not continuity. Any action which is continuous, or you are doing something at the time of speaking, is called progressive. So I'm doing, is doing, will be doing, they are doing, they were doing, all of them are progressive. And any other tense or action like did, have done, will do are non-progressive. The mood is the grammar of the attitude of the speaker. Simply, it is the linguistic way by which you express your attitude, or the way you view the word. So if you want to express the ability mood, you can say I can. So simply to refer to the ability that you can do the action. If you want to refer to the possibility of doing an action or the probability of doing an action, you can say I will. So the probability mood could be referred to by will. The ability mood can be referred by can. And you need to know that within English we have three main moods: indicative, imperative, and subjective. That's all for today. Thank you very much, and please subscribe for new videos.